What's going on, everyone? This is Matt Squeaky Clean Air. Yes, these are my EK headers, and we're gonna remove them today, and we are going to be cleaning them up. I will send them as best as I can, see if I can restore them, and they're pretty bad here. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna weld these up. And that way there's no leaks. They seem to have gone through better days. So basically, today we're gonna do a slight header restoration, I guess you could say. And if I can't restore them, there's a little bit of a leak here that I welded up. So that's pretty cool. But if I can't restore them, I'm just gonna buy new ones and install them up. So see what we can do with these. I'd like to not have to restore, throw them away. They're still good. They just have to be cleaned up, and stay tuned. That's what we're going to do today. All right, so first we're going to crank these open, just so I can remove it over here. I believe these are 13 on this side, and this is a 13 impact, so I'll hold it and I'll impact them off. Once I have these loose, the O2 sensor thingamajiggy here is hilarious. Now, this is an air-fuel ratio sensor. I think that was installed before, but I'm not running an air-fuel ratio sensor right now. So it's kind of just a dead weight because we have everything kind of disabled on this chipped ECU. It's a P28, I believe that's chipped, but to not have any sort of, it just has a lean, kind of like a regular bass tune on it that it's running right now. So I don't have check engine lights. So these are kind of like unnecessary anyways. Once I remove that, then I'll be able to sort of remove these from the block, and then I'll be able to slide out or remove the headers. Should be a lot easier. So we're going to crack on that and remove the headers and work on those right now. Easy peasy access. I think I can pretty much restore these. Shouldn't be that hard. They just need to be sanded down to bare metal and then polished up, and I can make these puppies look a lot better. I considered doing heat wrap. But honestly, like if I can return these to their original shape just from the top over here, or polish them up nicely, so at least when I pop up the engine bay, it doesn't look like ass. So probably that's what I'm going to end up doing, but not too hard. Just removing these bolts through. I removed the AC compressor here. Oh, the AC compressor is not the AC, but the AC unit here, because it was just in the way and it was rotted and stuff like that. So I cleaned it up a little bit. A lot more space. I like that. We're going to be cleaning up the engine bay eventually. I'm not really sure if I'm feeling the spoon strut bar anymore. I wanted to get like a proper brace, but I think I'm going to clean up the fuel filter, get rid of that, and have a direct line fuel filter into the rail. Probably a better throttle body with a top pivot and stuff like that, and we're going to change the intake manifold eventually. Just future projects for this little puppy, but it's running great, and slowly it's kind of getting restored. Again, this is not, as I keep telling people, this is not a full restoration build for now. Eventually, maybe in the next 10 years or 5 years, maybe I'll get around to it. But for now, I love to enjoy driving it. So as it is right now, it's in great condition. But today, we're focusing on the headers. So let's get cracking, take it apart. It's already loosened up from the bottom, and then I'll be able to remove it, put it on the table, and start polishing. Here we go. Man, what a pain in the butt. It took a whole bunch of time to polish these things. I only did sort of majority of the surface. I didn't do everything as nice as I wanted to. It's a pain in the ass to polish. And these probably been around for a long time. They were never really maintained. That's probably as good as they're gonna get. I'm gonna put them in right now, but I'm thinking about getting exhaust wrap and just wrapping them up, and then maybe doing it that way, or just getting another set of headers in the future and doing an installation. But that's probably as good as it gets. How did I achieve this? Well, first of all, I ground as much of the sort of dark as I could on these using 80 grit sandpaper by hand. And then what I did is I got tired of that, so I used an air grinder, finished off, and just did the spots as best as I could. I didn't fully polish it. I only kind of polished it up onto the bottom here. I didn't really go all the way up to the mid. But this is good enough. It already has been 3 hours that I've been doing this. So 80, great. Then I used an air grinder and sort of get in a little bit more. Then I used the wire disc to sort of smooth it out, and repeat it again. And I kept doing that until I got sort of this finished. And then I just used regular mag mother's aluminum polish just to kind of polish it off as it is right now. And that's probably how it's going to stay. I'm going to put it in the car right now, and I'll show you guys a finished product, how it's going to look like inside the car. Stay tuned. Back in, probably a lot nicer than it was before, that's for sure. A lot cleaner, that's for sure. So I kind of like the results. A lot of elbow grease. I'm not going to lie, it was a pain in the ass to polish these things. It's still not 100%, but they look a lot nicer. And I kind of like the way they turned out, so that's actually pretty cool. Can't really complain. I cleaned everything up. They look a lot nicer, so I can't wait for them to kind of get a little bit nice and golden when I'm going to turn them on. So it's for sure a lot cleaner of a setup than it was before. So I'm quite pleased. I would kind of want it to be a little bit more nicer and cleaner, but I mean, you can't have it all, especially because these are not brand new. They've been on the car probably for about 10-15 years, who knows. Again, if I get tired of this and they get dirty again, which I don't think they will, I'm just going to get exhaust wrap and I'm going to make it a lot nicer. All right, so turned out great. I like it. See you guys on the next one.